Hey readers, thanks for tuning in to Books in the Park. Today I want to talk about a book that I finished recently called Perversion of Justice by Julie K. Brown. And Julie K. Brown is a reporter, and she's been reporting on the Jeffrey Epstein case for quite some time, I think well over a decade. And during that time, she's released many stories through her newspaper, done countless interviews, researched the public records, talked to people, reviewed facts related to the case. And this book is sort of not a combination, just a amalgamation of those stories, but sort of an overall narrative of what she knows, who she talked to, and all of the details that are known and unknown about the case. And I think that this is an important book from several standpoints, but I think that the thing that got me interested in wanting to read it is that I think that the Epstein case is sort of, maybe not yet, but going to be in this category of the JFK assassination, where everybody has an opinion, the conspiracies go in every which direction, depending on who you are and which side of the political aisle you're on, you have a thought and a perspective on it. But the thing that I like about this book is that it really is there's not speculation, right? This is what our research shows. This is what the people involved said. These are the things we still don't know. But even about those things that we don't know, here are some, sort of the side details. It is thorough. It is well written. It is just an important read. And some things that I really liked about it. One, it collected, I think that a lot of people know a little bit about the Epstein case. Maybe like the headlines. But it really created a timeline. It gave us background of the main people involved, created a timeline for what things were happening, where they were happening. And so it really grounds the story, I think, in the real world. And I think sometimes the problem with sort of conspiracy theories is they're so outlandish that they almost distract from the reality of how terrible this situation was, and from the perspective of the people who are actually involved, the young girls who are being abused, but also from the perspective of the way in which rich and powerful people are able to manipulate government, local and federal, and the power and immunity that they believe they have. And in this case, we gave them as, the average citizen. It's really powerful, and it's not a conspiracy that these things happened. And yet, because, this case is, we think about it as, oh, did he kill himself? Did he not kill himself? Was he murdered? Was the Clintons, the Trumps, so on and so forth. Because of all these other things, it distracts from the fact of how disgusting all of this stuff was. And like I said, this book really grounds it in reality, and I think it brings home the importance of the public standing against this sort of behavior. So that's something that I really liked about it. Another thing that I liked about it, and this is separate from just giving a voice to the victims and telling the story, but I also just loved it from a process standpoint, taking us into the newsroom, taking us into the process, showing us what goes into actual reporting. I think that we're obsessed as a society with editorial, with opinion, with podcasts that are just people telling us what they think. But this book really shows you what goes into real reporting. It's not just a group of talking heads telling you what they think. It's someone reporter working their ass off for a decade to bring this to light. And for me personally, I don't know if justice was ever truly served in this case, but the justice of us knowing about what went on was fully credited to this person who was willing to report on this and put the work in and bring it to us. And then obviously all the people who are willing to talk to her and tell their stories. So I really couldn't recommend it more. If you like true crime, if you like, stories about the news business, like what was the movie that came out? Spotlight. If you enjoyed Spotlight, this book reads very much in that same way, like getting to the bottom, revealing the truth, and all of the sort of levers of our society and power and money that are involved. Excellent book, highly recommend, and I think it's one that just about everybody should read. So, Perversion of Justice, check it out.